Hey everyone, I've got some things to share with you. I was watching a show earlier on Gaia.com and it's called The Abundance Code. If you have Gaia.com or if you don't, it's like the spiritual Netflix basically. And I've been watching this show and for whatever reason today my mind was open in a certain way that I just soaked in all this information and a lot of things started clicking in my head. I want to share it with you. I have my notes here because I had to write it down in the moment and I paused the video and I was just like, whoa, this all just makes sense. I want to share it with you because I feel that it could help a lot of people, especially if you're here for my specific content, which is about living your best life, living in alignment. Alignment is the key. And I'm just gonna go ahead. Do you know what? Maybe I'll just read straight from my notes. If this doesn't feel good to you to have me read from notes and you want it to be more organic, let me know in the comments below. But when I wrote it, I articulated it very well for my brain, and I don't want to lose any of that coherence just by talking to the camera. I want to show up super authentically, especially after today's realization. It has been a real eye-opener, and I know it's going to change so much how I show up on this channel. And if you guys have been here for a while, you know that one of the things that I really love to talk about is authenticity. And sometimes when you're reaching for a certain goal, you lose a bit of that authenticity because your drive for doing something starts to change. But I'm not going to keep going on about this. I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm just going to read from these notes. And it's funny because when I went to write this down, I was like, I feel like I've already written a note very similar, very briefly a few weeks ago, and I had. And so the first sentence that I wrote was, allow yourself to try a big idea if it might not work. It doesn't mean that you failed, at least you tried. So that's what I left off on like a few weeks ago. I was just like, okay, it would be really good to make a video on that. And then today was just a lot of new neural pathways firing and wiring and things clicking, This is the thing, sometimes you need to learn things and hear things over and over again, then one day it clicks. It could be the same information you've been hearing for a long time. You could listen to this video and be like, nope, doesn't hit. Someone else says something similar, still doesn't hit. And then one day someone says it and you're like, finally makes sense. So let me just go into it. Allow yourself to try a big idea, even if it might not work. It doesn't mean you failed, at least you tried. A saying that these Indonesian hiking guides said to me when I went there with my friend was, they would just consistently say this, and it was, never try, never know. And that does come up for me a lot in everyday life. Be open to explore the idea and not be attached to the outcome. Let's say you're set on an outcome and that you turn down every small opportunity. Am I really gonna film my video like this? No. I just don't want you see? Be open to explore an idea and not be attached to the outcome. Let's say you're so set on this specific outcome that you have that you turn down every small opportunity on the way. When you get to your desired outcome, it might not feel how you wanted it to feel or how you imagined it to feel. And this is why in manifestation, a lot of the time now we speak about embodying the feeling that you want to have when you get this thing. Because ultimately, when we are reaching for a thing, a goal, e.g. a career, life of travel, a house, a car, what we really want is not the specific thing, but the feeling that the thing will give us. So if we focus on the feeling rather than the thing itself, it means that there is an abundance of opportunities, an abundance of routes through which we can attain this feeling. This means that we aren't just set, we haven't just created this path, this rigid path in our mind, that there is no way for anything else to get in. This creates a feeling of openness to the great intelligence of the universe to show us, to guide us, what will create this loving feeling. And this creates space for the opportunity to enter our realm of awareness and suddenly these opportunities are within reach. In the documentary A Journey of Remembering, I believe that's what it's called, Matthias De Stefano channeled a message that said, the only thing that opens the mind is the question, not the answer. To allow questions to arise, we need to create the space in our minds. When we are stuck to an outcome, when we just have this vision of what this is going to be, we internally create a route to get there, which is okay. However, when we are stuck to the outcome of an idea, we've already created a rigid path to get there, and we have cemented and sealed it. The neural pathway becomes set like concrete in our minds. Therefore, the question or the curiosity of other or something else breaks down this rigidly formed pathway and allows new ideas and opportunities to enter. So if we are closing ourselves off, being like, nope, this is the way I'm gonna get there, there are so many other opportunities, because we're focused on the idea of the thing rather than the feeling it's going to create within us. Nothing else is allowed in our field of consciousness. Nothing else. We do not let any other ideas that might take away from the fact that we're reaching for that thing. And if I learn something new, if I learn a new route to get to that thing, I might realize that that thing is actually not the thing that I desired in the first place, but the feeling, and that feeling can actually be achieved by arriving somewhere else. This is especially difficult if we have shared our desires with people outside of us, people around us, our families, our friends, online. How can we go back on what we said? And the how is just by doing it, because it's your life. It's your life, and if you change your mind, and I made a video about this last week, if you change your mind, that is okay, because it's your life, and it's important for you to follow the desires that are sparked within you, because they are sparked within you for a reason. And don't forget that these desires that you have, in you living in this acceptance of enjoyment of whatever is coming up for you, these desires, you are bringing your uniqueness to this world that is actually part of such a bigger picture. Oh my god, if you listen to Beyonce, if you don't listen to Beyonce, I only about 6 months or so ago heard the song Bigger. I highly recommend listening to it. Not only is the message is incredible, but the execution of it, if you want to lift up into elevated emotions, listen to that song. Listen to that song. So, to wrap it up, just because you've seen a certain formula work for someone and you're trying to get to this desired destination doesn't mean it is the only formula. You need to explore your own ways of getting to the feeling. I used to have this note above my bed which said, I am a YouTuber, I am a travel YouTuber, I am a author, I have this, I make this much money, blah 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 blah. And eventually I took that down and I just put, I am fulfilled. Because the reason why I'm reaching for all those things is because that I believe that those are the things that are going to make me fulfilled. Therefore, if I am being given any other opportunity outside of it, telling me you don't have to be an author to feel fulfillment, it's very much an attack on my idea of what is going to bring me fulfillment. So I won't be listening. But instead, if I put those labels down and actually just focus on the fact that I want to feel fulfilled in my life, I will be open to anything, any new opportunity that comes up that allows me fulfillment. The only thing that opens the mind is the question, not the answer. This is opening you up to being curious. The question is the curiosity. Being curious is what will allow you to crack open a little bit and let in the light of other possibilities. I hope that I articulated that well, and I hope that for some of you at least this hit. Maybe this is like the 100th time you've heard something along these lines, and maybe it's the first time, and yeah, I just hope that you explore this idea you be curious about this idea, because you never know what you can learn just by being open. On that note, thank you all for being here, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, like the video, comment. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so grateful. Whoever has watched this, I'm really grateful. I'm really, really grateful. And once again, I really hope it helped you. Peace, guys. I'll see you next week. Oops, got lipstick. Got lipstick. Bye.